Good morning. Today we are correcting CO36, working with those mathematical expression and algebraic expressions with addition and subtraction. We did some of the bottom together. Remember that it matters the wording of it with the subtracting. So we have to be very careful. If it's not supposed to go into negative numbers, you have to be careful how you put it. So we did the first row together yesterday. Let's look at our next row. 19 less than a number would be that number, n, minus 19. You didn't have to use an n. You could have used an x. You could have used an a. You could have used a z. It doesn't matter what your variable is that you chose, as long as you put the variable minus 19, because it's 19 less than that number, so we needed to subtract the 19 away. If you did 19 minus n, it would be wrong, because that's subtracting the n away from 19. The sum of a number and 7 would be n plus 7. 14 increased by 17 would be 14 plus 17. The total means we're adding of a number and 5, so n plus 5. And a number minus 3 would be n minus 3. A number plus itself would be n plus n. So your variable had to be the same here because it's adding itself. So you needed to make sure that your variable was the same. Otherwise, if they're different variables, they stand for different numbers. Second page, we're putting them into words. You might have used a different word phrase than what I used. So if you want to make sure that your word phrase works, you can raise your hand to ask. So 15 plus n could be the sum of 15 and a number. Did somebody else write something different? Zelda.
The total of 15 and a number?
The total of 15 and a number. Melanie. 15 more than a number. Claire.
For 35 minus 10, can we put a number to subtract 35?
When you're writing the verb phrase, you're not, it should be number. I put n. Yeah, you are right. That should be number subtracted from 35. So 8 minus 5, I put 5 less than 8. Did somebody put something different? Ava.
Well, I just 5 subtracted by 8.
Is it 5 subtracted by 8? Because this has the 8 first. So if you put 5 subtracted by 8, it would be 5 minus 8, and you would get a negative 3. Very different answer, so you have to be careful with that. This is 8 subtracted by 5. Jimena. 8 minus 5 works. And this next one, it should be a number subtracted from 35. You could put 35 minus a number. Jimena? Say it louder.
35 less than.
So if we said 35 less than a number, that means we're starting with the number and we're taking 35 away from it. So that's why we would want to say n less than 35. Or, sorry, not n, a number less than 35. So that means we're going to take that number away from 35. So those were the two that we want to be careful with. Subtracted from and less than are the ones where they are backwards. And then 86 plus 15, you could say the total of 86 and 15. 86 increased by 15. Does anybody have something else? Please, let's try not making noises. Does anybody have a different phrase? Jimena? You could do it backwards because we said adding it didn't matter. So if you put 15 increased by 85 or 86, I would accept that because we'll get the same answer. With the subtraction, if you flip it and it's wrong, I will not accept it because we would get a different answer. But with the adding, If you have it backwards, I'll still take it since it means the same thing. Then on the bottom, we did this one together, which is greater the sum of 5 and 15, which is 20, or the difference of 30 and 9, which would be 21. So it's 30 and 9, the difference of 30 and 9. Which is greater, 18 more than 6, that's 18 plus 6 is 24, or 7 less than 35, that would be 35 minus 7, which is 28. So that is greater. Which is greater, 50 subtracted from 15. So if we're subtracting 50 from 15, it's 15 minus 50 is negative 35. Or the total of negative 3 and 10. Negative 3 plus 10 gives us a positive 7. That is greater. How is an expression different from an equation? An expression does not have an equal sign. Any questions on any of those? If you are watching this elsewhere, we hope you are well, and we hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.